So here's the simple equation that the Republicans are peddling and that people who work for right-wing think tanks are out there selling. And the simple equation, it's not complicated. It's very straightforward. Their theory is what's called supply-side economics. It used to be called trickle-down economics. That if rich people have more money, they will hire more people. And if they have less money, they'll hire fewer people. Now, imagine that you're a rich guy, you make millions of dollars a year, and you own a factory that's making, let's come up with something real. You own a factory that's making iPads. Let's say you're not Apple. You've come up with another version of, flat screen, and you're selling these things. And you're making 5,000 of them a month, and for that you need 20 employees. So you got 20 people working for you. And you're taking home $1 million a year. And suddenly you get a tax cut, and so instead of your $1 million a year being, let's say you're paying 35% income tax, instead of your $1 million being $750,000 a year, or $650,000 a year that you're taking home, suddenly you're taking home $850,000. You got an extra $200,000 a year in your paycheck. According to supply-side economics, you're going to take that $200,000 out of your pay, and you're going to somehow transfer that to your business, and then use that money in your business to hire more people. But you're only selling 5,000 of your contraptions every month. So why are you going to hire more people? There's not more demand. You're selling 5,000 a month. That's how many orders you're getting. That's it. Well, you could argue maybe you take some of that money and do some advertising to stimulate demand, but let's say that the market is just, it's a bad market. People don't have money to buy things. But that's the theory. That's the trickle-down theory. That's the supply-side theory, that if rich people have money in their pockets, they will hire people. And in fact, history tells us that when rich people have money in their pockets, and I'm not opposed to rich people having money in their pockets, but the simple reality is when rich people have money in their pockets, they invest it in things other than their own business. They don't turn around and say, hey, I own a company and I think I'll hire 3 extra people just for the hell of it because I got some extra money. On the other hand, if those rich people hadn't gotten that tax cut, but instead that money had been used for the government to be the employer of last resort, as Franklin Roosevelt did, and start a CCC or a WPA and say, we're going to go out and we're going to build 1,000 new schools in America. And so 100,000 people are going to get jobs just like that building these new schools. And with the paychecks that they get, because they're going to have good union salaries, with the paychecks that they get, they're going to buy some of those ThinkPads that company is making, or iPads or whatever. And so now you're a businessman and you were selling 5,000 things a month and you had 20 people working for you. Now suddenly you're selling 7,000 things a month because working people have money in their pockets and they're buying your product. What are you going to do? You have to hire more people. You have to hire more people because you're growing. In other words, demand is what drives an economy. Demand is caused by workers having wages. Not rich people having money, workers having money. It's really simple. We need to figure this stuff out, my friends. Every American knew this in the 30s. But 30 years of Reaganomics has brainwashed an entire generation.